Join me as I take on the challenge of finding the perfect house. But the twist is, I can't buy it until I check off all the crucial things you need to know first. When it comes to buying a house, there are so many factors to consider. And I'm not just talking about the number of bedrooms or the type of flooring. I'm talking about the things that can make or break your entire home buying experience. The things that can save you thousands of dollars or even your sanity. You see, buying a house is a huge investment, and it's essential to do your due diligence to avoid costly mistakes. Rushing into a purchase can lead to a world of trouble. You might end up with a house that's got structural damage, or one that's in a neighborhood that's not as safe as you thought. You might even find yourself stuck in a mortgage that's way more expensive than you anticipated. I've seen it happen to so many people, and it's heartbreaking. They thought they were getting a great deal, but in reality, they were getting taken for a ride. The truth is, homebuyers often get caught up in the excitement of finding their dream home and forget to do their research. They might not inspect the property properly, or they might not research the neighborhood enough. They might not even understand their financing options, and that can lead to a whole lot of trouble down the line. And the consequences can be severe. You might end up with a house that's not worth what you paid for it, or one that's going to cost you an arm and a leg to repair. You might even end up in a neighborhood that's not suitable for your family, or one that's going to decrease in value over time. When you're buying a house, you need to be thorough. You need to inspect the property from top to bottom, looking for any signs of damage or wear and tear. You need to research the neighborhood, talking to locals, and doing your due diligence to make sure it's a safe and desirable place to live. And you need to understand your financing options, making sure you're getting the best deal possible. For example, let's say you're buying a house that's 20 years old. You might think it's in great condition, but if you don't inspect it properly, you might miss some major issues. Maybe the roof needs to be replaced, or maybe the foundation is cracked. Maybe there's even asbestos in the walls, which can be a huge health risk. I know a guy who bought a house without inspecting it properly, and it ended up costing him an extra $10,000 in repairs. He thought he was getting a great deal, but in reality, he was getting a house that was going to drain his bank account. And it's not just the financial costs, it's the stress and anxiety that comes with it. Let's take another example. A couple bought a house in a neighborhood that seemed great at first glance, but when they started talking to the locals, they realized it was actually a hotbed of crime. They were shocked and devastated, and they didn't know what to do. They ended up selling the house at a huge loss just to get out of the neighborhood. See, buying a house is not just about finding a place to live. It's about making a smart investment. And that's why it's so crucial to do your research and inspect the property properly. You need to understand the local market, the neighborhood, and the condition of the house. You need to get a feel for the area, talking to locals, and doing your due diligence. By doing your research and being thorough, you can avoid so many costly mistakes. You can find a house that's perfect for you and your family, one that's going to increase in value over time. You can avoid the stress and anxiety that comes with buying a house, and you can have peace of mind knowing you made a smart investment. So remember, when it comes to buying a house, don't rush into it. Take your time, do your research, and inspect the property properly. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear about your home buying experiences in the comments below. If you want more real estate tips and tricks, be sure to check out my other videos.